And welcome to the final race of this season here in Tier 3. Uh, Looking like a close battle for the Drivers' Championship. Let's go through driver standings real quick. So we've got Yari leading at 191 point, followed by Face Pantera, 3 points behind at 189. El Tracker following at 182 points. So we got a close battle, and I guess this one is gonna seal the deal for the Drivers' Championship. We got SF Rock, fourth position, 158 points. Del Gizu, 115. Stan, 90. NLR Mortal, 50 points. Nelly, 43. Herbie, 42. Max, 28. F. Lewis, 27. Sammy Jensen, 24. Lenny Kovsky, 9. Made in Turkey, 6. Joe Royal at 73. And constructor-wise, Alfa Romeo won it at 304 points. Solid performance by them. Really consistent. So congrats to Del Gizu and Fabi. And FaZe, I mean. Congrats to Del Gizu and FaZe Pantera for sealing the deal on the Constructor Championship. AlphaTauri finished second at 227 points. McLaren 209. Red Bull 199. Ferrari 124. Alpine 84. Williams 80. Mercedes 61. Haas 59. And Aston Martin 40. That's pretty much it for standings. So hope we're gonna get a good race, a clean race, not like the real one we got today. That was like the worst race I have seen ever. So hope it's going to be clean. Really tough track. You really need to be accurate on your braking and your turning points and all that stuff. If not, you're just gonna run wide and either hit the wall or go outside of the line and get a warning or penalty. So let's follow Herbie, who's actually first, to set a hot lap. Stay on board with him. And we can see SF Rock and Yari trying to go for the mediums. Not a lot of people on the grid today, so could give them a real good advantage if they can make a good lap on the mediums. So strategy would be medium to soft. Herbie really sticking to the track limits right there. Trying to get all the traction he can and use all the traction he can as well. Really a really fast-paced track. As we can see a Ferrari hitting the wall at the last turn. I think pole position is gonna sit at the low 27. Herbie sets the fastest at 27.1. Sammy Jensen following him, 28.7. A banker for him. And Eoin with 27.801. So only a few hundredths faster. And SF Rock with a banker at 28.7 as well. See what Del Gizu can do, and it's a 27.7 for Del Gizu. 27.6 for El Tracker. Solid lap. And Stan invalidates, unfortunately for him. 28.7 on the mediums for SF Rock, actually pretty solid. There's... Oh, SF Rock lost his front wing. He's gonna have to box. Stand on the second try and still invalidates by running wide. So Yari should be next one. I think everybody else is gonna come back in the pit to change their tires, so trying to create a gap between him and the Ferrari in front and get a good exit out of the final turn. So here we go, on board with Yari. Good win, Drivers' Championship. But he's gonna get some pressure by Face Pantera and El Tracker, and unfortunately for him, he invalidates. Let's go on board with Nathaniel, Tier 2 driver. Really close to the wall right there in the banking. Really need to use the curb and use them as a slider, but not too much. Really on the edge right there. Looking good for Nathaniel. And Yari went back in the pit. And it's a 28.5 for Nathaniel. Let's go on board with Face Pantera. Fortunate for him. Validation. What about Joe? Really fast driver as well. And invalidates right there. Would he go for another one, or would he go in the pit? Go on board with Eon. Validation for Eon. I think he's gonna go for a second try. Is he? Oh no. Back on board with Face Pantera. Purple sector 1 per phase. Who really needs to score a lot of points if he wants to win a Drivers' Championship. This circuit is so tight that if you hit the wall, you're gonna get damaged. Faster sector 2 as well for phase, looking good. A bit wide right there, missed the apex, unfortunate. Still think he can do a solid lap. Gonna stick to the wall to gain a few tenths, and it's a 28.2, kind of this. Thought it would be better than that. Sammy Jensen with an invalidation. What about Stan? And invalidates again! Third time in a row at the same spot, I think. Let's go on board with the SF Rock. And it's in 27.7. Now Trucker goes for 27.5. Track is getting warmer and warmer, so we should expect more grip. Let's follow Yari, who hasn't set a lap yet. An invalidation right there! Not even close. So I think Yari can feel the pressure right now. He's being under threat right now by Hell Shocker. Is he gonna go for a second one? I think he has to if he wants maybe to go for a second try. Is he going in a pit? Oh yeah, he's going in a pit. He's in a hurry though, because I don't think there's much time left. Just over 5 minutes. FaZe goes in the pit. Herbie improving. Really sticking to the wall right there. A bit of a touch on the wall. Fastest sector 2. Nice improvement, and right on the line for Herbie. Looking good, looking good. Does he have straight line speed? And there's a Mercedes parked right there. Is he gonna get a tow? And it's a 27.5. Solid lap for both AlphaTauris. What about Joe? Oh, he was waiting for traffic. But I'm pretty sure I saw damaged Alpine. Right on the line for Joe. Fastest sector 1 so far. A bit of a banger on the wall. Might lose time. Ooh, that was so close. So close. Nice driving skill from Joe. Really knows the limit. Fastest sector 2. And right on the edge right here as well. sticking to the wall. Looking pretty good. Oh, he must have lost time in last sector. 28 flat. Now Stan really needs to be careful around here. And right there. Looking good. Has not set a time yet. Fastest sector 1 for Stan at the moment. But he has to remain all his wheel on track. Because he already invalidated a few times. Fastest sector 2 as well. But everything can be played right here. In the last sector. We saw Joe having fastest sector 1 and 2 and maybe lost a lot of times in sector 3, so you need a good exit right here. Carrying as much momentum as he can. And it's a 27.8 for Stan. Is he gonna go for another one? I think he will. But let's go on board with Yari. And it's a 27.2. 3/10 down of El Trucker. Really putting the pressure on El Trucker right now. What about Del Gizu? Not improving sector 1. Looking good for Del Gizu in sector 2. No improvements though. Yari will have another try. 20 seconds to go. We'll have to hurry. Should make it though. No improvement for Del Gizu. What about a trucker? Let's go on board with him. Last chance. Improving by quite a lot. 3/10. Four-tenths now. Looking like a flyer. Wondering if Yari can manage to improve as well. He seems to be in the traffic right now. A bit of a slide by a trucker. Right on the line. And licking the wall, and it's 27 flat. What about Yari? Improving as well. Great exit from Yari. Can he claim back P1? And yes, he does! 900ths Wow! On the final try. Down to the wire. Let's go. Wow. I can't wait to see during the race. I mean, qualifying pace is a thing, but your pace during a race is another thing. It's all down to driver's setup and all that thing, but damn, those two guys are crazy right now. I think that if Feltracker got a good exit, he would have been in P1, but Yari's P1, followed by a trucker really closely, Del Gizu third, Herbie fourth, FaZe fifth, so he needs a miracle to win the Drivers' Championship. SF Rock 6, Eon 7, Sten 8, Joe 9, Nathaniel 10, and Sami Jensen 11. Really, really close during quali. But El Trucker is 9 points behind Yari, so he needs to get P1, and Yari finishes P3, so he needs a miracle as well, and so does FaZe. Weather's looking good, no sign of rain so far. This race is going to be crazy, I think. On a counterclockwise racetrack. Lots and lots of turns here. .1 kilometers, so second longest track, right behind Belgium. But also one of the fastest as well, right behind Italy. As we wait for cars to join the grid. Predicted pit strategy, I think it should be a soft to mediums for pretty much everyone. I think that's the best strategy. I don't think the arts is worth it unless there's maybe a safety car early on. But 5 red lights and lights are off, and here we go in Jeddah for the final race. And Yari gets a great exit, and so does Del Gizu, jumps P2. El Trucker but right behind him, followed by Herbie. And Face Pantera in 5th. Joe Royal and Sammy Jensen jump 2 position. As we can see, an ice train forming up. Much more cleaner than the actual race. And Del Gizu gets the move done on El Trucker, but El Trucker goes for the inside. Will he get the traction? And I think he does. Nathaniel gets the move done on Stan as well. A bit of a shortcut from Yari, who clearly got a warning out of that. And Face Pantera is putting pressure on Herbie. And so is SF Rock. Look at him fly. Pushing Face Pantera to the limit. Side by side, SF Rock on the outside line. He's gonna go maybe for the switchback. No, he doesn't. Stays right behind him. But really close in the slipstream. We all know it's effective. No DRS, just a bit of ERS. And still side by side with FaZe giving each other space, but getting the elbows out at turn 2 and still side by side. But SF Rock goes in front. And Stan and Sami in the pit right now. I think they got damage. And Stan went for fresh mediums and Sami for fresh softs. So interesting. So they're gonna have to pit again. Del Gizu really close to El Trucker. And Yari extending his lead. And side by side right here. Really respectful. But now the Herbie. Herbie has a look on Del Gizu because he slowed down. And I think El Trucker is slowing Del Gizu just a bit so his teammate can make the move. And Herbie goes in front. And Sami goes in front of Stan, who is on mediums. Now Herbie is second. Does he has the pace though? Still side by side. Will there be team orders? Because Herbie, maybe he's gonna give DRS to his own teammate if he's faster. So trying to catch up on Yari. Who knows? Really close battle from 2nd to 6th. And all 7 as well. Joe is not far behind. FaZe needs a miracle right now. Look at the gap between Yari and Herbie. 3 seconds now. A Trucker pushing hard on his teammate. Nice camera angle right there. And Del Gizu chasing after both AlphaTauris. Look how far Yari is right now. Nice DRS train here. And now Trucker passes his teammate. SRL really close to Delgizu. Pushing him through Sector 1. And Delgizu gets a penalty out of this. And so did Nathaniel. So two AlphaTauris, they have to work together to catch up to Yari. Also, the undercut is to be considered on this track. I think it can work nicely. Predicted strategy is pit at lap 10, but if you pit early at lap 9, I think you can gain a lot of advantage. SRL clearly has straight line speed. And then dives in on Delgizu. A bit of a tap on the wall, I think. Oh! And then Herbie lost it. And then Delgizu hit the wall. And they're still side by side with SRL. So Ed Trucker lost his teammate. And now he's alone. Chasing Yari. Really nice combination right here. Turn 5, 6, 7, and 8. Look behind Delgizu now following Face Pantera, I mean, following Delgizu. And I think Delgizu will let him through. Nope. Still racing. Wondering why though. Maybe Delgizu thinks he has the pace to stay in front of his teammate who is actually in the race for Drivers' Championship. Now SRL looking at the back of El Trucker. DRS, is he gonna go through? Because there's another DRS zone and he goes for it. Sends it on the insides and so does Face Pantera. And Joe, meanwhile, gets on the inside, a bit of a snap. And I think Delgizu will get traction. Both of them with DRS. A bit of a look on the inside and goes back in. And Sammy Jensen gets the move done on Herbie. I think Herbie hit the wall or maybe something happened. Go back in front. And the train splitted. Just a bit. With El Trucker and SRL pulling away from the rest of the grid. And Herbie has damage, so he's gonna go in the pit. I think he's gonna go for the... Not even hards? That's kind of weird. I would have gone for the hards and maybe try to reach the end with it. Anyway. Face pulling away already on his teammate. Now Trucker. Right behind the SRL. Great exit. DRS, CRS. And I think he's gonna send it right there. And yes, he does. And so is Joe Royal. Side by side with Delgizu now. Coming in turn 1. A bit of a tap. And Joe makes the move. Really, really tight corner into turn 1 and 2. Right on the line for Joe. Eoin with a 3-second penalty now. And Yari's just flying away from the grid. SF Rock following El Tracker really uptight. And he might send it right here. Oh, and goes a bit wide, but will get DRS. Will it go for the move though? Because remember, there's another DRS zone. So El Tracker will get now the DRS. SF Rock with the 80% ERS. Well, almost even. Defending and goes for the dummy on the inside and goes back in while Del Gizu gets the move done on Joe, gaining back his place. And look how close you have to be to the wall. And now Joe gets a 3-second time penalty. And now Face Pantera is joining the group. So El Tracker really can't lift off because he's gonna get passed by Face Pantera. You have to play it strategic, but maybe you want to preserve his DRS, but he goes for it anyway. And so does Eoin on Joe. Oh, Joe's in the pit. So he's gonna go for the undercut. Like I said, nice choice. So Joe was right behind Del Gizu. Let's find out where he's gonna come back. And unfortunately for the show, Yari is just pulling away from the rest of the grid. Would have loved to see a battle between Yari, El Tracker, and FaZe on track. Maybe Yari, do us a favor and lift a foot just a bit. And SF Rock goes for it on El Tracker. But the El Tracker once again will get DRS. And Eoin goes for it on Del Gizu. And we can see now Petroi going in for the undercut. Eoin gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. El Tracker on mediums. So did Eoin and Joe. And wow, 5-second lost. Didn't see who was the first one, but I think it was Joe. And Joe and Eoin got 5 seconds. You have to stay inside the pit exit. You can't go over the line. almost out of DRS, but I think FaZe will be fine. And yes, he does. And Yari gets a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. And 3 seconds for FaZe. And where is El Trucker gonna end up? Oh, right next to the McLaren. And now it's 7.8 seconds between Yari and El Trucker. So the only two guys who haven't pitted yet is Sami. No, I mean Delgizu. Delgizu is the only one. Sami pitted early on. So now a trucker. Oh, my mistake. I thought it was the gap between Yari and El Trucker at 6 seconds, but actually it's 4.4, so he gained time on this undercut. But now a trucker will have the task to remain right behind Yari in the 5 second if he wants to get P1. And even if he P2, yeah, P1, but even if he does, I don't think he would win, because there is 9 points between El Trucker and Yari. And now SF Rock sends it on the inside of El Trucker. And Delgizu's in the pit, and the undercut, as you can see, worked really, really well. And Delgizu gets a 5 second for exceeding track limits. So Joe's strategy really worked nicely for the undercut. Let's take a quick look at the penalties. 5 second for Yari. And now SF Rock gets one. So 3 seconds for SF Rock. 3 seconds for Face Pantera. Joe, 3 seconds. 23 seconds for Eon. 18 for Delgizu. 3 for Nathaniel. 3 for Stan. And 3 for Irby. And now Joe picks up one again. Trucker really pushing hard. Can't quite make it though. Pretty much the only fight we have to watch right now, unfortunately. Delgizu is pretty close of Eon, but not enough to be in the DRS. "12 laps to go here at Jeddah." Stan picks up a 3 second penalty now. Is El Trucker gonna send it here on the start finish line? as Yari sets up a fastest lap at 30.4. Really close. And he stays behind. Maybe trying to recharge his battery to attack later on. And now El Chalker gets a 3-second penalty. That pretty much seals the deal, unfortunately. Now Deogizu closing a gap between him and Eoin on fresher mediums. So another battle to watch. Don't know about you guys, but I was much more confident on the mediums on this track. Don't know why, but felt so much better on the mediums. And I think El Trucker is lifting off behind SF Rock, but I don't think Deogizu will. Only 20% ERS. Eoin defending with ERS as well. A bit of a nudge. And elbows are out for Eoin, and Eoin's defend on Deogizu. And SF Rock closing the gap on Yari. And now Stan goes in the pit. Gonna finish the race on softs. Eoin with another 3-second. And now El Trucker surely made a mistake, because he's now 3 seconds behind SF Rock. Now Deogizu picks up DRS, lifting off just a bit to stay behind Eoin and get DRS again, and Eoin hits the wall. Does he have damage? I don't think he does. Defending again, side by side with Deogizu. Deogizu on the outside. And does it. And now face Pantera catching up to El Trucker. Don't know what's happening with El Trucker right now. He's just falling off. And interval is kind of glitched right now. We can't see the one between SF Rock and Yari. And now Deogizu is closing on Joe. And Deogizu really close to Joe. Entering turn 27. And now Deogizu sets the fastest lap with a 30.4 and managed to make the move on Joe as well. Sammy picks up a 3-second penalty. So it's at 4.7 seconds between Yari and SF Rock. And 5.1 seconds between El Trucker and SF Rock. So Yari just needs to focus and keep his cool. And he's gonna win Drivers' Championship of Season 4 here in SRL. And Joe misses the apex right there. And that's gonna allow Eon to close on him. And now Stan with 29.7, but he's on soft, so really fast lap though. And now Joe gets passed by Del Gizu. What about Eon? And side by side, leaving each other space. Still side by side. Really clean driving from both of them. And Del Gizu gets a penalty. Hope it's gonna get removed because they were just giving each other space. So. And Del Gizu goes on the outside in the banking, but comes back right behind Joe. Really, really in the gearbox of Joe right now. Eon misses the apex a bit. Don't know if he made contact on the wall on the exit. But Del Gizu is flying right now. And so does Eon. And now it's 3-car wide. And who's gonna get the best of it? Looks like Eon so far. But now Del Gizu and Joe will get DRS. Del Gizu with almost no ERS left. Is it gonna be 3 wide again? Into turn 1. Oh, and it's a sandwich and they all made contact and Del Gizu lost it. Oh, wow. Really, really, you can't go 3 wide into turn 1. Really sucks for your show because we had great battle going on. But now it's up to Eon to chase down Joe. Can Del Gizu catch up the group though? Still 6 laps to go. 2.3 seconds. Fresher mediums as well for Del Gizu. Hope he has no damage. And now face Pantera. Really close on El Trucker. No DRS yet. And Stan retired in the pit, so nothing to worry about. And now Eon makes the move on Joe while FaZe does it on El Trucker, but El Trucker has a ton of speeds. Goes for the inside and Joe gains his position back. Wow, that is high speed right there. He had no DRS and still managed to stay in front of FaZe. And now Eon is falling off. Del Gizu gets moved on him. And there's our... Okay, Sammy. Sammy lost it. Oh, really close. Soapy's still ghosted. Eoin with another 3 second. Goes on the outside for FaZe. Is he gonna go for a switchback? A bit of a love tap at the back of El Trucker. Who's gonna get the greater exit? I think El Trucker does. And Eoin is in the pit right now on softs. And so is Sammy, so they're both gonna have a shot at the fastest lap. Oh, and Eoin is disqualified for having too many penalties. 39 seconds in penalties. Nathaniel with the 3-second penalties now. And FaZe sends one on the inside. But now he's gonna have to defend on El Trucker, who has a lot of speed on the straight. Not even using ERS, only DRS. That shows how much space he has on the straight. But now Yari is just flying away. So right now it's a battle for second and third. On a Drivers' Championship. And FaZe goes on the inside and great exit for him. And now Trucker is just weaving and gains his position back, and a bit of a love tap once again here between those two. Who has more penalties? Both of them are at 3 seconds, so fair fight right now. And Joe joins the group. I think that if Joe goes between El Trucker and FaZe, I think El Trucker will be second in the Drivers' Championship. Don't know if I'm getting that right. Or maybe not. I don't know. And now, Faye sends it on the outside of El Trucker, giving each other space, and now it's a drag race to turn 3, and El Trucker sticks to the inside. That will allow Joe Royal to be really close behind FaZe, because they're losing so much time battling through and giving each other enough space. A bit of a tap on the wall by Joe, and now FaZe has a 3 seconds penalty. So he has to hope that El Trucker gets one too. Misses the apex right there, and now I think it's going to be Joe's chance. But Joe has 9 seconds, so that's impossible. As we enter last lap of this race. And now 3-car wide once again. And once again contact was made between El Trucker, FaZe, and Joe. And El Trucker stays in front. So no harm was done right here, because everybody got their position back. So and Joe is out of the equation because he's out of DRS. But comes back in. And let's go on board with Yari. One final turn. 27 to claim Drivers' Championship. And Yari's weaving to celebrate. And he does it. Wins Drivers' Championship. Congrats to him. And SF Rock finishes second. And El Trucker third. FaZe fourth. Joe fifth. Del Gizu sixth. But I think... oh, that's in 5 seconds for unserved penalties. Well, congratulations to everyone for this amazing season. Season 4. As we see Nathaniel and Herbie coming to the finish line, weaving. And Sami is the last one. But congratulations to Yari for winning Drivers' Championship. And I think it's going to be a close call between SF Rock and FaZe for second. But wow, what an amazing race from Yari, who wins it and claims Drivers' Championship. So hope you guys had a better race than the real one, because I think it was the worst race I have ever seen. But well, I just can't wait to see what next season's gonna bring. Hope you're gonna get a good holiday and stay safe and come back in greater form than ever. And maybe I think we can improve grids, because 11 right here is kind of a shame. Would have hoped that we get at least 15 drivers steady in each tiers, but that's something that we're gonna work on. And for those who will race in the nation title, hope you're gonna enjoy it. And yeah, like I said, hope you're gonna enjoy this holiday. And see you guys next season. Bye, everyone.